In this video, I'm sharing with you my fingerstyle arrangement of What a Wonderful World. So let's begin with a demo and then we'll move into our tutorial. If you're enjoying this arrangement, please show my channel some love by giving this video a thumbs up. And if you're new here, then welcome. I'm Lara. I'm a musician and a composer, and I love to teach song tutorials and fingerstyle arrangements for all levels. If you'd like to support my teaching and my channel by joining my Patreon community, you'll gain access to hundreds of downloads, including song sheets, fingerstyle tabs, and song books. The link is down below in the video description. This arrangement is for low G tuning, and next in our lesson, we'll walk through how to play the first verse step by step to get you started. Let's begin with measure 1 at a slow tempo. We begin measure 1 with our pinky on the 7th fret of the first string. We'll pick strings 1, 3, 2, and 1, and then we'll move our pinky down to the 5th fret of the first string, and we'll place our middle finger on the 3rd fret of the 2nd string and our index finger on the 2nd fret of the 3rd string. And once again, we'll pick strings 1, 3, 2, and 1. And now measure 2. Measure 2 begins the same way as measure 1. And then we'll move down to the same chord shape that we used in measure 1, but this time we're going to play an arpeggio or a broken chord through all 4 strings. Then we'll pick the open 4th string and then the 4th fret of the 4th string using our ring finger. And now measure 3. We're starting with the open 3rd string, open 4th string, back to the open 3rd string, and now we're going to place down our middle finger on the 3rd fret of the 2nd string and our ring finger on the 4th fret of the 3rd string. We'll pick strings 2 and 3 together, then the open 4th string, and then the 3rd string. And now measure 4. start measure 4 on an F chord with our index finger on the first fret of the second string and our middle finger on the second fret of the fourth string. We'll pick strings 2, 3, and 4 together, then the open first string 3 times, and then the end of measure 4 is played the same way as the end of measure 3. And next, measure 5. We begin measure 5 with a D minor chord shape. So we have our index finger on the first fret of the second string and our ring and middle fingers on the second fret of strings 3 and 4. We'll start by picking strings 3 and 4 together, then the second string 3 times, and then we're going to lift up all of our fingers so we have open strings, and here we'll pick strings 2 and 3, then the fourth string, and then the third string to end measure 5. Moving into measure 6, we start measure 6 with an E7 chord shape. So we have our index finger on the first fret of the fourth string and our middle and ring fingers on the second fret of strings 3 and 1. We'll pick all 4 strings together, then the third string 3 times, and now we're going to move either our middle finger or index finger to the second fret of the fourth string. We'll pick strings 3 and 4 together, and now we're going to prepare for our chord shape that we'll need in measure 7. So here we're going to take our standard G chord shape and move it up 1 fret. So we have our index and middle fingers on the third fret of strings 3 and 1, and our ring finger on the fourth fret of the second string. We'll end measure 6 by picking the first string twice. And next, measure 7. We're going to maintain the same chord shape that we used at the end of measure 6 throughout measure 7. We'll start by picking strings 1, 2, and 3 together, then just the first string 3 times, and then strings 3, 2, and 1. Moving into measure 8, we start this measure with our ring finger and pinky on the 5th fret of strings 3 and 2. Then we're going to place our index finger and ring finger on the 2nd and 3rd frets of the first string and our middle finger on the 3rd fret of the second string. We'll pick the first string twice, and then we'll lift up our ring finger to pick strings 1 and 2 together. Then we'll place our ring finger back down on the 3rd fret, and then our pinky on the 5th fret. And now measure 9. We start measure 9 with our pinky on the 7th fret of the first string. We'll pick strings 1, 2, and 3 together, then the open 4th string, 3rd string, 4th string, and 2nd string, and then we're going to go to the 3rd fret of the 2nd string with our index finger, 3rd fret of the first string using our middle finger, and then we'll use our ring finger on the 5th fret of the first string to end measure 9. And now we have measure 10 to end the first verse. We begin measure 10 with our ring finger on the 7th fret of the first string and our index finger on the 5th fret of the second string. We'll pick strings 1 and 2 together, then we'll go to the 8th fret of the first string with our pinky, and then we'll lift it up to go to the 7th fret, and now we'll slide both our ring finger and index finger down 2 frets. So now we're covering the 5th fret of the first string and 3rd fret of the second string. Here we'll pick strings 1 and 2 together, Then we go to the open 4th string, and then the 4th fret of the 4th string, just like we did in measure 2. And here we have repeat bars, so we'll go back to measure 3 for the 2nd verse. For more of my easy fingerstyle tabs and tutorials, see this playlist here. Have fun learning What a Wonderful World, and thanks for watching.